Marciano with one of the best right hands in boxing history. If he catches you flush, it's good night. You would not want to be hit by this guy, trust me. Oh, and he caught him with a left hook. Not too many seats to be had in this arena as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
You have some fighters that are big show, big arena fighters, and they bask in this, they love this, they are born for this. You have other fighters where this would be like the rabbit in the headlights.
Nice counter shot. Swing and a miss with that uppercut. Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. That counter punch caught him clean. No rest for the weary. That uppercut's blocked. Good counter punch. Has to be careful. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
Stop.
And there's the bell for round two. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter shot. When you're fighting a swarmer and you know their goal is to bury their head right in your chest, the uppercut would probably come in handy.
Oh man, you've got swarm in your face. You've got to try and push him off, make him go into the rope. You've got to sometimes fight fire with fire. Hit him low on the blind side of the referee. Get him angry.
The straight right just misses. He threw a punch and just got countered. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. Having a hard time finding a home with that right uppercut. Those counter punches have to hurt. You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're gonna get knocked out. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come. Here we go in round three. Who's going to land the first big shot? Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Beautiful counter punch. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
We have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
counter punching. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
That jab won't score. Punch, counter punch. Swing and a miss with that jab. Nice counter. A perfect counter shot. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally. And there's the bell to start round 4. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Well done with that counter shot. It's Rocky Marciano who hits a counter punch. Beautiful counter shot. That jab misses. That counter shot lands. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. A perfect counter lands. There's a counter shot. Throws the uppercut but misses. Looking to land the hook. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. And he scores with the count. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. I promise you, all 3 judges here. Time for the 5th round. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
These two were made for each other. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Swing and a miss with that left hook. Is he going to punch himself out, though? They exchange punches. Catch and shoot. How about that time counter shot? Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Nice counter punch. And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Perfect counter shot. Won't score with that right uppercut. Nice counter shot. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Buster Douglas just got rocked. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes. This is the beginning of round 6. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
There's nothing quite like a big heavyweight fight. Everything can change with one punch.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
Good counter punching. And this is incredible action from both of these heavyweights. Perfect counter shot. The straight right just misses. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Nice counter. Can't find a home for that jab. He threw a punch and just got countered. Good counter punching. Missing with the hook. Punch, counter punch. Beautiful counter shot. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Well, we know they've got the advantage. Here comes round 7. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
There's been a significant aggression difference in this fight, Johnny. What do you see?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tear. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. The straight right just misses. Generally speaking, you don't watch heavyweights to see a boxing match. Did you see that? And that one caught Douglas very clean, and he's in some serious trouble. They've avoided catastrophe there.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. The game plan does not seem... And we enter the 8th round. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool, don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's gonna pop you off.
Those counter punches have to hurt. The perfect counter lands. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That left hook missed. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That big hook doesn't land. You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
And Buster Douglas goes to the canvas. I don't care who you are. When you get caught with a body shot like that, you're going down.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
Can't believe they managed to beat the count, but that could be the last hurrah.
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
Final 10 seconds here, and the corner is going to have their work cut out for them. Talk about Douglas in that last round. What a and there's the bell for round 9. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff them.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. They're both looking for the knockouts here, and that's what we expect from heavyweights.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
The only fear you have with this heavyweight is has he punched himself out? Just misses with that uppercut. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
And Douglas is dazed. It appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure. I gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. Buster Douglas just got rocked. How did they not go down?
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Yep.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Douglas in that last round. It's round 10. That 1 minute break surely wasn't enough for him to completely recover.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. He's in there with a Hall of Famer, a legend.
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him. Frustrating, because if you let him get away with it, he pulls you down.
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
And down goes Douglas. Let's watch that again and replay from a different angle.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
The referee deems they can continue, but this might be a big mistake.
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once. You got away with it. You can do it again.
That counter shot lands. Let's talk about Douglas in that lap. Let's start 11. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
That hook just can't find the target. Catch and shoot. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. And that left hook doesn't find its target. Punch, counter punch. Well done with that counter shot. A lot of effort being exerted here. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. There's a counter shot. There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills. Step out of the way. Don't.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Douglas in that last round. Stamina is up. And there's the bell to start round 12. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the...
Oh my God, Johnny! And that one caught Douglas very clean, and he's in some serious trouble. Looks like they've shaken it off.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because...
Whoa, did you see that? Give me just a second here, Johnny. And Douglas is dazed. Disaster averted, it seems. We continue on. Those counter punches have to hurt. Good counter punching. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill.
I gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. Buster Douglas just got rocked. How did they survive that?
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Incredible work rate. The straight right just misses. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Pretty lopsided decision there, a unanimous one.
What a whitewash. You know, that's skills, that's class, that's levels. One is up there, one is down there, but you know what? The loser is going to have to learn a big, hard lesson. I totally agree.